Question number 87. URSA measures Solar has a path on case. The company wants to require its users to follow the status values as they are on the path. Agents should be prohibited from preventing the case back to a previous status. Which feature should an administrator use to fulfill this request? Option A. Validation rules. Option B. Global value pick lists. Option C. Predefined field values. Option D. Dependent pick lists. Correct answer is option A. Validation rules. Question number 88. Sales representatives miss key fields when filling out an opportunity record through the process. Representatives need to move forward when unable to enter previous stage. Which three options should the administrator use to address this need? Choose three answers. Option A. Enable guided selling. Option B. Use validation rules. Option C. Configure opportunity path. Option D. Use flow to mark fields required. Option E. Mark fields required on the page layout. Correct answer is option B, C and D. Use validation rules and use flow to mark field required and mark fields required on the page layout. Question number 89. CloudKicks CK has new administrator who is asked to put together a memo detailing Salesforce uses to budget for upcoming license purchases. Where should the administrator go to find out what type of licenses CK has purchased and how many are available? Option A. Search for license type in setup. Option B. User license related list in company information. Option C. User management setting in setup. Option D. Users based entitlement related list in company information. Correct answer is option B. User license related list in company information. Question number 90. The marketing team at USRA Major Solar wants to send a personalized email whenever a lead fills out the web to lead form on the website. They want to send different messages based on the lead industry field value. What should an administrator configure to meet this requirement? Option A. Use validation rule to trigger workflow to email to lead. Option B. Configure an auto response rule to email the lead. Option C. Add a public group to process builder to email the lead. Option D. Create an assignment rule to email the lead. Correct answer is option B. Configure an auto response rule to email the lead. Question number 95. A new sales representative at URSA Major has a qualified lead that is ready for conversation. When using the lead conversation process, which two records can be created? Choose two answers. Option A. Account. Option B. Campaign. Option C. Case. Option D. Contact. Correct answer is option A and option B. Account and contact. Question number 96. Universal Containers UC has a queue that is used for managing tasks that need to be worked by the UC customer support team. The same team will now be working some of UC's cases. Which two options should the administrator use to help the support team? Choose two answers. Option A. Configure a flow to assign the case to the queue. Option B. Use assignment rules to set the queue as the owner of the case. Option C. Add case to the existing queue as available object. Option D. Create a new queue and add cases as an available object. Correct answer is option A and option B. And these are configure a flow to assign the cases to the queue and use assignment rules to set the queue as the owner of the case. Question number 97. The administrator at AW Computing wants to send off client welcome tasks and a welcome email to the primary contact automatically when an opportunity is closed won. What automation tool best accomplishes this? Option A. Validation rule. Option B. Outbound message. Option C. Approval process. Option D. Process builder. Correct answer is option D. Process builder. Question number 98. CloudKicks users are seeing error messages when they use one of their screen flows. The error messages are confusing but could be resolved if the user entered more information on the account before starting the flow. How should the administrator address these issues? Option A. Remove validation rules so that the users are able to process without complete records. Option B. Create a permission set to allow users to bypass the error. Option C. Use a fault connector and display a screen with text explaining what went wrong and how to correct it. Option D. Uncheck the end user flow errors box in setup. Correct answer is option C. Use a fault connector and display a screen with text explaining what went wrong and how to connect it. Question number 99. CloudKicks has a custom object named Sue. The administrator has been asked to ensure that when a relationship is created between account and Sue to prevent orphaned Sue records, what should the administrator do to complete this requirement? Option A. Create an indirect lookup. Option B. Create an encrypted lookup. Option C. Create a hierarchical lookup. Option D. Create a master detail lookup. Correct answer is option D. Create a master detail lookup. Question number 100. AW computing needs to capture a loss reason in rich text field when an opportunity is closed lost. How should an administrator configure this requirement? Option A. Select the requirement checkbox next to the loss reason field on the page layout. Option B. Create a validation rule to display an error if stage is closed lost and loss reason is blank. Option C. Check the required checkbox on the loss reason field in the object manager. Option D. Configure a workflow rule to display an error if loss reason is blank. Correct answer is option B. Create a validation rule to display an error if stage is closed lost and loss reason is blank.